What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster. And while Ubisoft is essentially fighting for its life right now, largely as a consequence of the failure of Star Wars Outlaws, Saber Interactive is thriving as a result of the success that we've seen from Warhammer Space Marine 2.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
The game is unapologetically badass. It doesn't mess around with any of the bullshit that we see in contemporary video games that try to appeal to the modern audience. Instead, it just does what it does, and as a result, we are getting word that a large investment firm is now investing a significant amount of capital into Saber Interactive. These days, we don't see this very often. There haven't been a lot of big wins, especially with Western game studios. Ubisoft, as a prime example, seems to think that they are invincible and that they can shit in the face of gamers with unfinished and ugly crap like Star Wars Outlaws, and that we won't rebel.
Yeah! I'll have you know I have the reflexes of a cat and the speed of a mongoose. Throw it! I dare ya!
These arrogant corporate schmucks seem to think they could always count on investors to stick with them regardless of the situation, but instead, the investors are choosing a company that is making games that gamers actually want to play.
Don't just stand there! Throw me a spear!
Alright, me hearties, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I keep a list of games lousy with wokeness pinned to my account for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But anyways, this is awesome news that we are seeing a game like Space Marine 2, which has not succumbed to the social pressures from the terminally online progressives, who insist that they want to see female Space Marines. They haven't added de novo. They aren't pushing microtransactions. It's a game made for gamers, and it embraces that so-called toxic masculinity that the people in the industry despise so much, and as a reward, they are receiving a massive financial windfall. In a world where we are often seeing developers losing their jobs left and right, Microsoft, as an example, just laid off another 650 employees the other day, which is unsurprising considering their stance on things like curvy female characters, and how every game they put out seems to feature shit like this, like Joanna Dark with the chin that never quits, looking ugly as shit. But in this world, where we see devs getting laid off constantly, it sure is a breath of fresh air to see Saber Interactive getting this shot in the arm from Aleph Capital. Apparently, this quote, significant investment is going to be used to accelerate their growth plans. What do you want to bet that a bunch of the talented people who worked on Space Marine 2 are going to be getting some sweet raises and bonuses as well? I gotta say, if I were a game dev and I had the opportunity to work at a place like this or a place like Ubisoft, I know damn well which one I would be trying to work at. And that is the important thing here. Once a company starts down the path that someone like Ubisoft has gone on, where they prioritize their DEI hiring and all that other shit, once they do that, it begins a brain drain to other companies who simply want to make good products. We have been trying to tell these jackasses that this would happen for a long time, but eventually the Ubisofts of the world get replaced. New studios who will cater to the desires of gamers, who will cater to the market, Those companies, studios like Game Science that made Black Myth Wukong, or studios like Shift Up that made Stellar Blade. These game studios that are making games that gamers actually want are going to gradually get all the talent. People who just want to make sweet games are going to gravitate towards studios that make games that gamers want. And the brain drain will happen, and eventually Ubisoft and BioWare and all these other companies will keep losing the good developers, accelerating the process of them flushing down the toilet. The free market is speaking, and developers will listen because they want to get paid, and they want to work in environments that don't suck. I mean, look at how good it is for Space Marine 2. If I were a dev that worked on that game, I would be proud as hell. They have hundreds of thousands of people who play it on Steam. They're still the #1 bestseller on Steam, even a week after being released. And according to VG Insights here, the game has sold about 2.8 million units with $135 million in gross revenue. That is badass, and it comes as no surprise that Saber Interactive is receiving this massive investment. So yeah, if I were a developer, that is one of the places I'd want to go work. No doubt about it. So keep voting with your wallets, folks. It is gradually working. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Ubisoft and companies like them in the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.